Welcome everybody. We are today here at the New Europe studio with a guest from Greece, Alexandros Avranas.
Hello.
And we are talking about cinema. Mr. Avranas is here for the Brussels International Film Festival, and he will talk us about his movie, Miss Violence. And this movie was very well received in Venice, where it had two important awards. It's almost 1 year, Mr. Avranas, you won this important prize in Venice. What's your now?
The life.
What's your life? Is your life changed after this prize? I can imagine that you had maybe more proposals during this year.
Of course, the important thing when you win some awards in a big festival like Venice, it's more than that you have more possibilities to work, that you are more relaxed, that you will find money easier for the next film. We make films in Greece with a few money, so maybe this time will be a bit more. And of course, I have some agents in America and in London also, and the manager. And I have a lot of proposals that coming from America, for an English language film, so to say.
So your movies is also traveling all over the world.
Of course.
And can you tell us about your impressions? Because your movie is traveling in so many countries that maybe some countries received in a different way your movies from other. How are the different reactions you noticed?
Most of them are very not common, but they are very close. They are very somehow the same. They accept the film, or they find the film that the film is it's somehow hard because of its reality. It's based on a true story. But what was more interesting for me was to see that the film was very well received from the Americans. I never expected, because we know something else about the American cinema, and it's another way of thinking, not about the independent or underground, but mostly of the mainstream American. So, in some screenings in Toronto, in other festivals in Canada, and also in the USA, it was very well received, and they understand everything, and they were very close to the film.
It's very interesting. Did you talk to some critics? Did you understand why they were so interested? Because it's not common that a Greek movie can really strike in a big country like US, where you have a sort of monopolistic.
The film maybe it's in the Greek language, but the meaning of the film and also the theme of the film, it's very international. It's very universal.
Yeah.
This was also the interest also from Venice. That's why it's about a theme that happens everywhere, and the financial crisis that's behind, or the moral crisis, is also a European and I think worldwide problem. So I think that's why could be. Each country can understand the film in maybe somehow different way, but they all understand the film.
And women, they have a very important role in your movie. They really push. And do you think this is also an interesting element in US, that the women are in a way having at the end an important
I think it's time. It's not only for America; it's worldwide. That the women they must not be more suppressed anymore, and no more victims. And the limits of victim and penetrator, they are so thin. And it's interesting that I think they're taking place now. They are start over to have the power, and this is more interesting. It's something like.
So how is it possible for European cinema to enter this very difficult American market? Because there are a lot of good movies in Cannes, in Venice, but then very few are able really to
I don't
enter.
know. I think
We saw La Grande Bellezza. It was able, but very few.
Yes, of course, but Miss Violence is a very honest film. It's not. I want to say some. It's very political,
Yeah.
and it's the time that we need political messages and political art, and cinema, and that's why I believe that Miss Violence is acceptable because it's very clear, it's very honest, has nothing to hide, has nothing to fake. It's very honest. That's all.
Did you have some contacts also in South America or Asia?
The film is released in Korea.
And Korea.
And that was interesting because in Busan they wrote some critics that Miss Violence is the hardest watch of the year, and we know that Korean cinema is very hardcore. And this is somehow interesting because we don't even have violence, the film is very few and very subtle. So Korea, it was also in China, in some festivals, and also it was in Dubai, in Istanbul, in
Dubai.
a lot of festivals. I don't remember them all, so it's still going to festivals.
And do you have other festivals after Brussels?
After Brussels, we have. I was in Sydney. I cannot talk because they are not announced, but there are some few in competition or in special screening, of course. Of course, it's keep going. It's interesting.
And would you maybe in the future go to other festivals like Cannes, Berlin? It's also your objective. What do you think about? Because you were in Venice, but in Europe we have also Berlin, Cannes, and.
Of course, it's you don't make a film and you say, okay, I will go to Cannes, and first of all, it's to make a new film, to make a good film, and then depends where the film belongs, and because it's festival has something else, and of course I love Venice. It's my first big festival, and it was very well received.
But sometimes there are some movie directors who are more confident presenting the movie, maybe in Cannes and some other in Venice. There is a sort of competition. We have now in Europe 3 big festivals, but you can see there are other festivals: Marrakesh, Dubai, Busan in the world. It's really growing.
Of course,
it's a festival.
I like these 3 European festivals. So. I think one of them we'll see. First of all, I have to make the next film, and then we'll see.
And how was received in Greece the movie when you were back? And
in Greece, you mean in a way of awards or from the audience? What you mean?
From the audience.
The audience, I think the tickets were okay, because in Greece we don't have so big publicum, about some more artistic films, or how you can say more quality films, and not so mainstream. But it was like everywhere. The half of the people love the film and the other part hate the film. So because they say no, these things don't happen in Greece. If you want to talk bad about Greece, you give them what they want. So it's a little bit so nationalistic, stupid things, but most of them, they understand the film and they find them very well.
Europe can do more to help movie directors, to help cinema. We have various initiatives to support movies. And what do you think about these initiatives that Europe is carrying out? Because they are quite important. For example, here we have the Dardenne brothers, in Belgium, and they always receive money from Europe,
everywhere.
and they can
course,
do
but they
something.
are the Dardenne brothers.
Yeah.
Like,
but what do you think about this?
In Greece,
these measures.
We make films with few money, but there is possibilities to make bigger things, and of course there is Eurimage that helps, or some co-productions. Now they are moving more because the Greek cinema gets bigger, and more important or more well known, you know. Now it's coming, I think, another cooperation between France and Greece.
Yes.
They make a common foundation that France will support Greek cinema. It will come from September. So I think this is very
Which
interesting.
is the name of this foundation?
I don't know. I think it's between a culture ministry and between the two culture ministries, and I don't know. They will make a jury of 3 Greeks and 3 French people, and somebody will send the script, and then they will decide if they will take the money or not, something like this. I think it would be very interesting because France has a big history, you know, in cinema, and Greece is growing up now, so in the cinema.
You were saying before, when we were waiting, that you don't like this
New Greek wave. Label.
This label that somebody gave to your movie, and
it's not about my movie only. It's about general the meaning of the labels. You know, I think art is art, cinema. It's very open. It's very free. We don't need to put it in labels in small boxes. You know, to give them some prize. You know, that they will be better or something. And every year we have another wave. Now we have the new Greek wave. Last year was the Romanian wave or whatever. The Argentinian, the Mexican, the Iranian, the Turkish. I don't know who cares about the waves. You know, and I think it's a little bit complicated because to say like nouvelle, I heard also the title the Greek nouvelle vague, and I say please stop it now, because you know where is the nouvelle vague? I mean, we don't have a common political concept, we don't have a philosophical, we don't even have an aesthetical, you know. We just the common thing is that there were young people that were trying to make cinema. That's all. But you cannot say it as a wave, you know. So I don't care about this wave things, you know. So I don't think.
Coming back to Venice, did you have the possibility after the ceremony to speak to Mr. Bertolucci, and how was your impression?
You know, I didn't expect this award. It's a big thing, you know. With second film and this. No, it was very. I like it because I spoke with some of them. They were all very supportive and very impressed from the film. And I know that Mr. Bertolucci was the one that said, "I want to give the award to the director and then to the other." You know, not the goal. I want the director will take the award. So, and I know that. The film was very well received from the jury, so they liked the film. Like Sakamoto said, "Thank you that you don't use music because sound is the music." So, and you know, a lot of things, so like this.
Coming back to Greece, how is the situation? We are in June 2014. How is the situation for movie makers in Greece at the moment?
1 year before, like 2 years before, I don't know. You know, Greece is a little bit complicated because, you know, it's supposed we are going better, fine, economical, but you don't see it in the people. The people is getting more poor and poor without money, and cinema. And now they change all the time. How it's called, from the Greek Film Center they changed the people that they are involved inside, they change all the time, and I don't know what they're doing. The director of the Greek Film Center is I think he's working very hard and he's very good, and it's taking a lot of time, and there is no much money, you know.
But your award gave some hope.
No, you know, the Greeks have a problem. They say they are all happy when the success comes, but after when the lights go out, they forget you. You know, they forget you. You are not there, so.
No, because in some countries, I can imagine that when somebody is winning, everybody is winning. You know.
Of course, but
also the man on the street.
Football, you know.
Yeah,
it's like football. Yeah. But after the next day, everybody forget it, you know, and nobody makes something about it. So I don't believe that this really changed something in the political way, in the economical way, you know. It changed only that they said, yes, we are making cinema, but we make cinema with, you know, with few money, and because of some people that they are there and really support, like Christos Kostadakopoulos, Fowler House production support the Greek cinema, you know, not because the Ministry of Culture gave more money, you know. That's why I believe that.
What do you need? I mean, to support Greek cinema, do you need more? You think you need more co-productions? You think you need more investors inside Greece?
Of course, more investors. I think it must be somehow change also the system of the Greek Film Center, and it must come more money to the center. You know that the center can give more money to the directors or to the young directors or whatever. And also the private investors who don't have this tax-free system that works. You know, it doesn't work so really. And then, you know, I believe that each thing that everybody is doing it's his own initiative. You know, you know, and the producers' initiative. It's not that we have a concept of doing cinema. You know.
Okay. And obviously, I cannot forget about your future and your next projects. Can you talk to me about?
Look, there is now a project that I'm writing with my co-writer from Miss Violence, and the script will be ready in 2 months. So we'll start shooting, but in 1 year, because we need the sun, and it's not so easy. It's bigger film. It's a lot of places, and it needs a lot of work. It will
be turned in Greece?
Yes, it will be in Greece. It will be shot in Greece. And it's about the American dream of the young people in Greece. And then I'm now discussing to make a film in New York, but we'll see. We'll see. This is in the beginning. It's a very interesting story, interesting company, production company. We'll see. But we'll see. So
and this movie, it will be a little bit different from
totally
the topics that you will...
the next one in Greece will be totally different. The other will be somehow has some relevant things with Miss Violence, only in the family or the society system. That's all.
Then, obviously, if you work with America, maybe you will have... to have maybe the happy ending or
no.
You don't.
No.
Okay.
No.
No, because
if it's to say something happy, it's okay to say something happy. But to say something happy because somebody else wants to say something happy, then I'm not doing the film. So you know, somebody else can do it. So no problem.
Okay, thank you very much,
Mr.
Avranas. It was a pleasure to meet you here in Brussels. For the presentation of your movie Miss Violence during the Brussels Film Festival. Thank you everybody for watching us, and especially don't forget to come to New Europe Studio here in Place Jourdain.